Happy Hump Day from Austin, Texas. This is AKW Analytics, and welcome to the BullBear Analytics Daily Debrief. Today is Wednesday, October 21st, 2015, and this afternoon we will be discussing the dollar index, Valeant Pharmaceuticals, the S&P 500, and of course Bitcoin. Speaking of Bitcoin, get your access to our BBA Premium content right now at BullBearAnalytics.com. With our Expert Pro membership packages, you get daily market updates, price analyses, and trade ideas, as well as full weekly reports and unlimited access to our 24-hour chat room. Again, visit www.bullbearanalytics.com for more information. Okay, so let's get to the charts. First, a quick peek at Bitcoin. We can see that the pattern remains similar to what it was yesterday. Consolidation up here between 265 and 275 could either turn into a double top or a triangle consolidation pattern, which actually could break either way. If the double top does come in, then we're going to expect it to break to the downside. That said, let's get to the dollar index. As we can see here, the dollar index has been consolidating now for over 6 months. It reached a top just over 100 on the sentiment that the U.S. Federal Reserve would be raising interest rates this year. We thought they should have raised interest rates in September. They obviously did not, and so we think they are on hold throughout 2015 and probably in the first half of 2016 as well. Now, this consolidation could mean one of two things. It's either investors positioning for the move that they know is going to happen, or it's uncertainty. The market is torn. We think in this case it's the latter. There's no real consensus as to when the Fed is going to raise, and that's the real big thing that's going to be driving the dollar index over the next few months. So we think the consolidation continues. If the rumor mill picks back up that the Fed looks like they're going to be raising and the members start getting on CNBC again and talking up higher interest rates, then we'll see the dollar rally back up into resistance, perhaps break above it if they actually do it, but we're skeptical. Now on to the big story of the day, which is Valeant Pharmaceuticals. This is essentially what's called a roll-up, where they do a lot of M&A, buying different drugs and then marketing them and selling them in different ways. Now this has been a hedge fund hotel. Lots of big names, most notably Bill Ackman of Pershing Square has been long this stock. And as you can see, it's been a rough day for Valeant Pharmaceutical shareholders. What happened was this short-selling firm known as Citron Research came out with a report saying that Valeant is the Enron of the pharmaceuticals business. Essentially, it's a fraud. Now, we haven't looked into the report close enough to know if that's right or not, but Valeant did come out, deny the accusations, obviously, and they pointed towards market manipulation. Now, all we can say is that this is the market that we have to live with day in and day out. Half-truths, accusations, name-calling, these are all commonplace tactics to, again, manipulate asset prices. And there's no rules against that at this point. And so that's the market, and the media plays a big part in that. But anyway, we did have just a complete panic lower. The stock was halted, and then it bounced on a divergence, on a bullish divergence. But we would not be buying this thing at all. There's just too much out there. Next up is the S&P 500. This is a daily chart, and we can see that the market, again, almost like the dollar index, very choppy, consolidating, but in a much wider range. It is much more volatile. And we can see that the price did come down into this demand area back in early September. And now we're just bouncing back up into resistance, it looks like here. So, again, we said yesterday 2060 to 2070. We still think that's in the bullseye. And lastly, the thing to note on Bitcoin is this correlation with the U.S. dollar. So we talked about the U.S. dollar index just a second ago, and the correlation between Bitcoin and the dollar is very important. If the correlation continues to stay somewhat positive, then the dollar going higher will be positive for Bitcoin. And that would tell us from a market perspective that investors believe that Bitcoin is becoming a safe haven, much like the U.S. dollar is. Now, if the relationship reverses, once again, like it very well could do, given the relationship between Bitcoin and the dollar, then that would be bad if the dollar continued to rally or stayed at least even stable at these prices, then Bitcoin would have a hard time getting out of its own way right here. So that's it for today, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow at the close with another edition of the BBA Daily Debrief. And of course, don't forget to go to www.bullbearanalytics.com to find out more about our premium membership packages. Again, that's bullbearanalytics.com. Have a good one. Cheers.